Zigzag. Already I explained about the characters and their roles. Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan, central character of the story. Mrs. Krishnan, wife of Dr. Krishnan. Dr. Somu, Dr. Ashok's cousin. Maya, Dr. Ashok's daughter. Aravind, Dr. Ashok's son. Visu, old cook. Lakshmi, maid. Mrs. Junjunwala, the art critic. African witch doctor, trainer of the bird Zigzag. Dr. Ashok T. Krishnan is a child specialist. His cousin, Dr. Somu, lives for Alaska. So he sends the wonderful bird Zigzag to Dr. Krishnan. Aravind and Maya are very happy to get it. But the bird does not behave as expected. It throws the slices of papaya upon the drawings of Mrs. Krishnan. It annoys the children. It creates a chaos in their family. They find it snoring always. They decide to send it back, but a radical change comes in the bird. It speaks cleverly. It efficiently suits the child patience. It never snores. It becomes a favorite member of the family. Slices of papaya make the paintings of Mrs. Krishnan more beautiful. She gets more praise for her painting. Aravind and Maya very happy with Zigzag. Okay, shall we move to the lesson now? Somo might be your best friend, but most of these so-called favorite possessions that he has given us were absolute nuisance, said Mrs. Krishnan angrily. A talented artist, she applied a dab of yellow ochre paint onto her painting titled Sunset at Marina, pushed for a moment to survey the effect and then continued. Remember the rare insect eating plant he brought back from the wettest corner of the Amazonian rainforest. He insisted that we keep it because it would eat the mosquitoes in the house, and now that wretched plant requires a room heater to keep it alive in Chennai. This is explained by Mrs. Krishnan to Mr. Krishnan. Ma, protested Aravind, that's not really true. Uncle Somo's given us some really fabulous gifts, Aravind said to his mother. Right, remember the tiny penknife he gave me last year? The one with a genuine shark's tooth blade that's been really useful. Maya joined the protest. No one but you, Maya, Mrs. Krishnan told her daughter sternly, would describe a penknife that has cut open the pockets of 3 skirts and 2 pairs of jeans as really useful. And what about the Aboriginal boomerang? Uncle Somo brought us all the way from Australia. Demanded Aravind, you can't deny that it was a great hit with everyone. Great hit indeed. Mrs. Krishnan didn't bother to hide her sarcasm and continued, considering that the boomerang sliced through all the TV aerials in the neighborhood, caused permanent damage to several cars in the parking lot, and knocked out our watchman cold with the force you through it. Great hit in it. Mrs. Krishnan didn't bother to hide her sarcasm and continued, considering that the boomerang sliced through all the TV aerials in the neighborhood, caused permanent damage to several cars in the parking lot, and knocked out our watchman cold with the force you threw it. But Zigzag is different. Somu says we are sure to love Zigzag. Shodri Mr. Krishnan, because the bird can talk and sing in about 21 different languages, mostly African languages, of course. When it sings, it moves the listeners to tears. But Zigzag is different. Somo says, we are sure to love Zigzag, so the Dr. Krishna, because the bird can walk and sing in about 21 different languages, mostly African languages, of course. When it sings, it moves the listeners to tears. It's almost thoughtless ways that reduce me to tears. Mrs. Krishnan said irritably, what a time to dump this multilingual talking, singing bird on us. Here I am tied up in knots trying to get my paintings together for the exhibition next week. It's almost thoughtless way that reduced me to tears, Mrs. Krishnan said irritably. What a time to dump this multilingual talking, singing bird on us. Here I am tied up in knots trying to get my paintings together for the exhibition next week. May I take Zigzag to school, Papa? Aravind, as always, was planning ahead. I want to display him in the science exhibition. When he zigzag coming, Papa, Maya was jumping up and down. Maya was jumping up and down, all excited. Uncle Somu said he would send Zigzag with his old cook Vishu. Sometimes today. I will have to leave for my clinic now. That is, he added as the doorbell rang. That is probably them. Okay, I will have to leave for my clinic now. That he added as the doorbell rang. That's probably them. And indeed it was. Come in, Zigzag. Come in, dear, coaxed Visu. And in tottered the strangest, weirdest looking bird the Krishnan family had ever seen. About a foot and a half tall, its bald head was fringed with a crown of shocking pink feathers, while the rest of its plumage was in the various shades and the muddiest, sludgiest brown. Its curved beak with sunflower yellow and its eyes were the color of cola held to sunlight. Okay, come in, Zigzag, come in, dear, coaxed Visu, and in tottered the strangest, weirdest looking bird the Krishnan family had ever seen. About a foot and a half tall, its bald head was fringed with a crown of shocking pink feathers, while the rest of its plumage was in various shades of the muddiest, sluggiest brown. Its curved beak was sunflower yellow, and its eyes were the colorful of cola held to sunlight. This is Zigzag, announced Visu with a flourish. His full name is Ziggy King of Donga. This is Zigzag, announced Visu with a flourish. His full name is Ziggy King of the Donga. How I am going to miss him. So beautifully he talks. He can even recite French poetry. The poet of all this praise was standing cool and unmoved, with an expression of almost human grumpiness in his cola colored eyes. This is Zigzag, announced Visu with a flourish. His full name is Ziki Zaga, King of the Danga. How I am going to miss him. So beautifully he talks. He can even recite French poetry. The object of all his praise was standing cool and unmoved, with an expression of almost human grumpiness in his cola colored eyes. Okay, students, I hope you are all understood this story. I will continue the remaining story to the next video. Thank you.